Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. I do appreciate all the new subscribers that I've gotten, and I know that there are Flosstube channels a lot bigger than mine, but I do appreciate every single one of you. I am coming close, well, not super close, but close to 200. I'm already going, I think a giveaway is in order. So at least I have time to do it, right? So I appreciate it if you tell your friends, and like I said, welcome and thank you very much for subscribing. Those of you who are new here, I talk mostly about cross stitch. I do talk some about quilting and sometimes other crafts and stuff that I do. This is my Flosstube number 100 and something. 3? I don't know. And it is Monday, September 19th. Yeah. I keep telling people my brain these days is mashed potatoes. My father's memorial service is on Saturday. No, sorry, I was just talking to somebody who was talking about Saturday. No, it's on Wednesday. And so we are very busy preparing for that. I have not bought myself nice clothes in years. And, I actually went to Lane Bryant and bought myself something because I wanted to feel good, It sounds silly, and I don't think it's just women. But I think that when your emotions are in turmoil, sometimes it helps to just feel like you look nice. Now, I don't wear makeup. I rarely wear jewelry. I'm allergic to so many things that I rarely wear these things. Jewelry, I never have anywhere to go. So, but I decided it was time to get myself, some nice. So I did. And then got a haircut. I want to dye my hair, but I haven't done that. Probably won't. So, so that's what most of my time has been taken up. So I don't have tons of stuff, but for my before I forget, I just want to say that Missouri, and this is not an advertisement or anything, but Missouri Star Quilt Company is having their birthday bash right now, and they have some pretty good sales going on. I restrained myself. There was a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted. But one of the things that was, they were giving this pattern for free. Now, I don't know if you can get it from their website. It was sent to me in an email with the advertisement about, the beginnings of their birthday bash celebration. But it's kind of cute, don't you think? Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I'm going to rush out and get stuff to make this, but it is a layer cake pattern. So then on their birthday stuff, I had a whole bunch of quilters cash saved up because I was using Shop Pay, and you can't use it if you use Shop Pay. And I like Shop Pay because then I can just go and it's done, right? Well, I had a whole bunch of quilters cash saved up, so I had to opt out of shop pay so that I could use it. And granted, it wasn't a big order, you know, but I used my quilters cash, and my order totaled $1.80. Mm-hmm. And they have a $5, you know, flat fee for shipping. So yeah, I just got some fancy zips. I noticed their fancy zips were on sale. And have I sewn the bags that I bought the fancy zips for yet? No. But I have in mind how I want to do it. And I just, because of other things going on, have not. But I will. And then the only quilting I've done is I may do some more for the similar reason, but wanted to give the clergy that are performing my dad's services just a little something, you know, because they all go, no, don't pay us, don't pay us. Well, we still are appreciative. So, because quilting math is difficult, my sister and I bought way too much fabric for what we wanted to do, and then we decided, well, we'll maybe make them some mug rugs. And I was looking through the mug rug patterns, and I really didn't find anything I liked. And then I was watching Fat Quarter Shop's, they have a Christmas quilt along. And the very first square, which you were only supposed to make one of, was Cup of Cheer. I don't know what the other squares are going to be, but the cup was so cute. And I said, you know, and it's a free pattern. So I said, perfect. So this is the Cup of Cheer. I made it in black, and I made it in green. And I made it in blue. And the blue one, I noticed after I stitched the first thing around that you know, because the opening where I turned it wasn't, I felt like it wasn't caught right. So I did another stitch around. So this one has two. But since they're given to 3 different people, it doesn't matter. The pattern, because it's going to go in a quilt and have, you know, perhaps an inner border or something, it did not have anything up here. But I went ahead and put that on. I did not add any extra over here. But it's cute, huh? I know it's big for just a mug, but you know, you can stick, you know, a cookie or something beside it and can be tossed in the wash. So that is the only quilting I've done. Now, I did quilt the tops and not the back because I didn't want to put a binding on it, because I didn't want it to, I don't know, I didn't want to put a binding on it. So those are the totality of my quilting this week. I did start preparing the other thing that I might make. I might make some hot pads, you know, but I don't know. I started them, and then I just kind of went, I don't feel like doing anything. And that has been my major issue, is that I start doing something and go, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to talk about these in the order that I have them stacked here, which, you know. So my autumn berries, and I'm working on this one, which is called Pick of the Patch. And just started, I did the leaf here, the stem, and I started on this portion right here, which will be this. Now what you can't see in the picture is that it's a little, let me see if I can explain it. You see how it goes here? Well, the rest of the pumpkin comes out this far, you know, on the other side, but it is a different color. So this comes down and goes here and makes the space for these in it. And then this goes also the same distance. And then there is like a stripe with a different pattern. There's a stripe here with a different pattern that finishes the pumpkin. And then also what you can't see is it says pick of the, and then down here patch, and it's got leaves and swirlies and hearts, you know, going around like this. So I am so far behind on my berry sal, but I'm still plugging away at it, and my winter berries are not in at the attic. They haven't been sent to them yet, which is okay because I have tons of stuff that I can work on meanwhile, and I've only gotten halfway through the second one, not even halfway. Barely a start on the second one. And I believe I showed you that I picked up quilting bee for the sampler camp, and I made a little start on that right here. That's on this pin pillow. It's this little pattern right here. So that didn't take me very long to do, just a few minutes. But I've been working on something else, which I will show you. So then I decided that I wanted to put in a little bit more time on Lemon Cat, Maria Bravko. Both those others are Erica Michaels. This is 32 count Lugana in the color platinum, maybe. I think I got it at the attic. And this one is 32 count Murano Carré in I don't remember the color. I'm sorry. I want to say rust, but that's not right. It's the red color of Murano Carré. They only have one red. Doing this on the same oatmeal, vintage oatmeal. This is 14 count. The fox is there. I told myself put in one thread, just one thread, and this is a blended thread, so it's two different colors blended. And I did not finish the thread because I had to go do something. This entire last week is I sit down to do sewing or sit down to do cross stitch, and I have to go do something for myself, for somebody else, you know, constantly having to get up and go do something. And as I mentioned last week on, this is by CrossStitchingForFun, Black Cat. I call it Art Deco Cat because I have a DMC pattern that's Black Cat, and that one's actually black. So, but this is called Black Cat by CrossStitchingForFun. They're a Ukrainian designer. You cannot buy them at their Etsy shop anymore because Etsy shut them down because they said they were in Russia. Well, it was, I believe, cousins that do it together, and I may be mistaken on that, but one of them is in Russia, the other one in Ukraine. And if you know the geography of the area, that would be like my cousin living in Canada, and I live close to the northern border and they live close to the southern border, and it's not that far away, but it's in different countries, right? So they shut down the Etsy shop because I guess she had put her information in to start it, the one in Russia. I am trying to figure out what is going on. They have been trying to work with Etsy to let them open the shop, saying we're Ukrainian designers. They still can't. And I understand why Etsy did that. I really do. But theirs is not the only shop, the only Russian company that does cross stitch. But they're not a Russian company, they're Ukrainian. But anyway, so the only way you can contact them to buy any of their stuff is through Facebook. And you contact with a message and talk things over. And I got the reverse of this. Was so happy. And so it is there waiting for me. And I finished this side. So now I just have to do this one, and it's going to fit beautifully. I'll just, I'll start with the tail and just come over just a little bit and start with the tail, and it'll fit. It'll be great. Don't you love the way, I'm going to fold this in. Don't you love the way that looks in that? I mean, the pattern with the black, and you know, I bought it off Etsy, but when you see the pattern, you know, with the pictures that they have in black, it's beautiful. And you know, when you see this, you know, it's beautiful. But I just love the way it looks with a variegated floss. So now I have to do the other side. And I am looking forward to doing that. I just don't know when I'm going to do it. So definitely this was on my WIPGO. That was a WIPGO challenge finished, right? And I worked on it right up until, it was only supposed to be 10 days, but right up until the 16th, I did put in the last couple of stitches on the 16th. But my other WIPGO project is supposed to be 15 days. So I'm like, I got to work on this every single day if I'm going to get the challenge. And that is Into All a Good Night by Stitching with the Housewives. I just love it. I wish when I dyed the fabric that I dyed that I had gotten it a little bit darker. Okay, maybe a lot darker. But I like the color of the fabric. It's just, I wish it were a little darker. But this is my progress. So before I picked it up, Santa didn't have a hat. Now, I had done the little white ball at the end of Santa's hat, but it was not in the right place. It was one stitch too far, and I wanted it to be right, so I took it out. It's only, 9 stitches, so it's not a big deal. And I finished I did the white on top here, and I put in these little windows. This is going to be a white house. Now I did put sparkly. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. I can see it in person. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I guess not. It is a different sparkle thread. It was the only one I had when I put in a little bit on this tree, and I was like, well, I guess I better use the same one. And I'm not unhappy with it. It just doesn't, it's not as evident as the other one, which is fine. So I am not using the called for in this. I am using Weeks Dye Works as opposed to the Classic Colorworks. Instead of bamboo, I'm using icicle. There's one or two that I am using the called for, but overall I'm not. And instead of ribbon red, I'm using Louisiana hot sauce. And I think the only one that I'm using is Perfect Pie Crust. That's gonna be for the face. I already had Perfect Pie Crust, and it's like a few stitches here. And clay pot, one stitch here, one stitch here, one stitch here, and then two more reindeer. And I added black coffee, Classic Colorworks black coffee right here, because she leaves that blank because she stitched on black cloth, so the eyes need to have eyes. They need to have eyes. But I haven't stitched that in there because I'm gonna just wait until I'm doing all of them. So I've got to put in the rest of this house, and I started on this tree. Now this tree stops right here. I've got to put in the rest of this tree and this. I am using Scupper Mug for the green, and what is the other one? I don't know. It's a different green. I held them up next to the Classic Colorworks when I was choosing them to substitute. And the only reason that I did that is because, to me, they had more variation. I don't know if that's true or not, but I felt like it was true. So, I don't know if in the 15 days I'll get very much done because life is going on right now. But I am going to plug away at it. And I did go over, okay, so I hadn't done the white on this house yet. So I had the sparkly thread in that and sparkly thread in this when I started stitching that. I have not added sparkly thread to this. I started adding it to this rooftop, but it's not there yet. Let me see if you can't see this. I did it on this. I wish you could see it. It doesn't show up. And I put it on this tree. So I didn't I didn't want to restitch them. I just stitched it on top, but I don't know that it shows up. But I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So the black I'm going to put in here as well. And I'm going to finish this house and this tree. Finish Santa. And then there's some words above Santa that I may wait and finish all of those words together, but there's snowflakes that I need to put in. So I'm going to finish this page and then start moving on to the stuff on, this page. And then start moving on to the stuff on this page. And then I'll put in "And to All a Good Night." Probably. But that's my progress on that. So, it's a very short video. Only 25 minutes long. Yeah. Well, you know, considering everything that's been going on, it's kind of understandable. So, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you're getting more accomplished than I am. Happy stitching.